Alright, you guys, I'm back with the Arthur Power Scaling Part 2, so keep that in mind. I will be going over stuff that's happening currently in the manga. So, of course, naturally speaking, that would mean spoiler warning, okay? Letting you know now. Alrighty, you guys, so, as promised, today is the day that we'll be talking about, hypothetically anyway, how powerful would Arthur be at this point in the series? Now, like I said, I have to specify that this is a hypothetical video because we have not seen him actually fight yet. We've only seen a brief little portion of his power, so we haven't quite seen exactly what he can do. So, like I said, this is a hypothetical or the potential of how powerful Arthur could be. Now, this is only part 2 of the 2-part series. So before you guys actually watch this video, I recommend that you actually go and watch my first video, part 1, talking about kind of debunking some of the misconceptions and the downplay that the Seven Deadly Sins universe constantly has. And it is definitely very important that you guys actually go and watch that first. And trust me, I will have a link in the description leading to the first video. So definitely watch that first, and the main reason for that is because if you don't, you might be a little confused or wondering why do I say some of the stuff I say in this video. So watch that first. Now, what I've kind of realized after going through and kind of looking at some of the information is that there is actually 2 ways to scale Arthur in this situation. And I say 2 because, like I said, you just got to go through both possibilities, kind of like a low end and a high end. So the first possibility is giving him the power only that came from the Magic Lake, which is the power that was used to defeat the Demon King, that was absorbed so that way it wouldn't destroy the radius of the blast, would not go out of its way and destroy everything. And then of course you have the second possibility, which is scaling him directly to the entity Chaos in the first place. So like I said, just keep in mind, like I said, I will be using scaling him using both of these possibilities. So I'm going to kind of go over briefly exactly how each one of these possibilities will work. And I'm actually going to, I'm actually going to start with the first possibility, which is it was only used to defeat the Demon King. Now, in that fight, like I said, it was shown that basically the Seven Deadly Sins combined their attack to defeat the Demon King. And Meliodas used full countering, doubling it, I think, around like 5 or 6 times. Using that specifically, hitting it back and completely obliterating the Demon King. The Demon King being someone who is a Continental Plus level fighter in terms of attack, potency, and destructive capability. And yes, yet again, like I said, this is why you need to watch the first video, because yes, Zeldris does say that is an attack that would destroy all Britannia, which is correct, but that is not what it's limited to, nor was it something that only could happen if the Sins and stuff combine their efforts with a limit break could do. But definitely, without a shadow of doubt, it was an attack that easily would have wiped out all of Britannia. And like I said, that same power was enough to completely destroy the Demon King in its entirety. Putting him in terms of Sin's logic would be, he would be definitely, like, he would be easily more powerful than even Purgatory Bond, who at his strongest fight, or not even at his strongest, but definitely in one of his strongest fights, was able to go toe-to-toe and trade blows with Demon King Meliodas, who was definitely not as powerful as the same Demon King at the end of the fight, but still very powerful in his own right. Check the video out, first video after that. And he would even be even leagues above the amped up, the one mode Escanor, who it definitely was rivaling more on the lines of the, I think that was the second form of the Demon King. So he would be more powerful than both of them combined, or not really combined, but, well, actually he would be. And he would definitely be more powerful, or at the very least, he would definitely be rivaling or relative to the Meliodas, who had the new form to break his and Elizabeth's curse at the same time, quite casually, and had enough power to destroy the 10 Commandments by giving up his power. That same form was stated by Zeldris himself to be blatantly greater than the Demon King's power, meaning that, like I said, that same force that was used to destroy the Demon King in its entire would at the same time be relative, if not equal, to Meliodas' power in that form itself. Now, the second way of scaling him is by, like I said, scaling him to the entity of chaos itself. The being that was supposed to be born amidst a star far, far away, an extremely powerful being, nonetheless. By using this scaling, like I said, this is more of the I don't really want to say that it's necessarily the highball, but it's kind of highball, but at the same time, it's actually could be really more accurate if you wanted to go that far. Like, if you really think about it, considering, like I said, in this same chapter, the reason why you can even scale him to the chaos entity in the first place is because Merlin herself specifically stated that, Arthur, you command chaos. Meaning that, I said there are two possibilities to interpret it, meaning that one, it could be like a Naruto thing where he's kind of like the Jinchuriki, like the vessel for the chaos entity, or you can make it where he's simply like Arthur can just simply tap into the full totality of chaos. Either one, no matter how you want to slice it, it works out the same way, because considering that Arthur at this point would be at least multi-continental to planetary. Definitely planetary would be more accurate, as much as it pains some people to say, but it was stated that the entity chaos created the world itself. Like I said, world, I'm just assuming meaning more on the lines of planet. It also created the supreme deity and the supreme deity and the demon king and the fairy tree, all which would be entities. At least the other two, the two gods, would be entities that are continental plus in power, and it was blatantly stated to be stronger than it. So, just to put it in the simplest way possible, you're talking about an entity that created the world itself, meaning he would have literally created the planet, the demon king, who later on created the demon realm, and the supreme deity who created the celestial realm. Even though we don't know exactly how big those are, it doesn't really matter, considering it has to be at least big enough and strong enough to withhold those two powers in general. And like I said, putting Arthur well above both of them combined, meaning that Arthur commanding chaos in this state would be, like I said, more of a planetary threat, quite easily actually. And that's just him and like attack potency, not even counting the fact that he would have his very own hacks ability, such as the fact that he can manipulate reality. He would be a reality warper, as stated by Gowther when asked if this was some form of hallucination. Gowther blatantly stated, no, this is no hallucination. He literally just simply bended reality and recreated it to the way he wanted to for a brief period of time. And like I said, that was just a tiny portion. So, planetary, easily. Now, when it comes to speed, like I said, you can, yet again, if you watch the first video first, you can definitely easily scale him to the Goddess Clan, who, like I said, the Goddess Clan uses their own form of light magic by using the light particles that make up light in forms of arcs and even light-based attacks. Like I said, light attacks that would, in terms of shooting, and even that's something that every goddess can use. And even then, if even a baseline goddess would be light speed in terms of attack, literally they would be complete fodder compared to beings such as the four archangels, which would be hundreds to thousands of times stronger quite easily, as a matter of fact. And even then, like I said, that's just the basic, like Saramel and Taramel. Then you would also have someone like Mael, who is blatantly stated to be the strongest amongst archangels, and that was blatantly stated to be the reason why the Holy War even ended, because the OG Gowther traded places with him and Meliodas. And even still, you can make the argument that even though he's the strongest and would definitely be stronger than all three of them, he could possibly even still be a little bit slower than Ludoshel, just because Ludoshel would have the Grace Flash, which would make him even faster just by using his power. So, in conclusion, just to wrap this video up as short as it is, I'm sorry, but in conclusion, King Arthur at this point, if whichever way you choose to scale him, like I said, if you choose to go with the low end, meaning he only has the power of the lake, meaning that all that power just got absorbed in him, plus whatever actual power it came from, meaning he would still be more powerful than the Demon King, rivaling even the Meliodas form that we saw when he broke Elizabeth's curse, meaning he would at the very bare minimum have to be at least continental plus to possibly multi-continental, considering, like I said, that attack was easily strong enough to completely destroy the Demon King. in one hit. And I just said, like I said, when I actually scaled in the first video, like I said, it should be easily said that each of the Sins themselves will be bare minimum, with the exception like Deanna stuff and Merlin Gowther in terms of attack potency at the least. The top tiers would be bare minimum, large country level. So even still, like I said, in Arthur, they all put their attacks with a limit break into the attack. So definitely Gowther at this point would be, not Gowther, sorry, Arthur would be bare minimum Continental plus. And of course, with the high end scale, of course, if you were to use them, using Chaos would put them more like multi-continental to planetary plus, to planetary in that sense. So like I said, those are just the two ways to scale Arthur. Like I said, we haven't really seen anything in the series, and clearly I highly doubt he's gonna like blow up the planet. Considering he's supposed to lead into a new era, but with proper scaling stuff, you can definitely just clearly show those are really like the two ends of his power. So with that being said, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me how you guys think Arthur's power should be. Like I said, I'm always up to debating and talking in the comment section below. So with that being said, peace.